What is up, Scorpios? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. There it is, right behind me. I appreciate having you guys here on my channel. Welcome. We are here to do your October monthly readings. Granted, these are a bit late. This is about day 9 into October, so we'll take energy roughly, mid-October to into mid-September, but energy is free-flowing. It is not fixed, so do bear that in mind as we make our way through this fun little tarot spread for you. Keep in mind these are going to be general messages, guys. Not everything I say will resonate with you. That I can just about promise. That being said, I hope lots of this resonates. More than likely, pieces and parts of it will. But always come into this with an open heart and an open mind because, messages could resonate for you later down the line. So why not be open to receiving those messages here and now, but also in a few weeks, in a few months, however it resonates. Everything you want to know will be in that description box below, and that includes the decks I'm using today as well as my social media channels. I'm The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. If you are into that, go ahead and check me out. Otherwise, we're going to hop in for Scorpios in love. If you don't currently have a person, this could represent someone coming into your life or someone returning from the past. All right, so we will keep that in mind. And last but not least, shout out to Behind the Limb. She is one of my favorite tarot readers on YouTube. I'm sure most of you have already checked her out, but if not, she's fantastic. I believe she's a Scorpio as well, and she has been just so lovely and kind in supporting me and my tarot adventures and my journeys on YouTube. So shout out to her. We are going to hop in for my Scorpio gang. So your energy coming up is Page of Swords with 3 of Cups. All right. So we have some Cancerian energy, could also be Scorpio or Pisces, as well as Page of Swords. So what's interesting is like the underlying energy is more of this 3 of Cups, which is celebrations and kind of being on the social scene. And because the overall card that kind of came out for this is Page of Swords, that's like the information seeker, the seeking of knowledge, right? Wanting to expand your mind potentially in some way. So with Cups, it could be spirituality, going on some sort of like spiritual journey, even if it's not like a physical journey. It could be like a journey in your mind, as cheesy as that sounds. It could also be the idea of being enlightened to some sort of information or piece of knowledge after being in some sort of social circle or setting. I'm not terribly certain what that has to do with romance, but let's go ahead and clarify it. So it's being clarified by 2 of Wands. Okay. So potentially a crossroads of different paths or actions you could take forward based on some sort of knowledge that you gained from a friend, from family members. And maybe it has to do with a romantic interest, right? 2 of Wands is Aries energy. Could also be Sagittarius or Scorpio. Yeah, I'm just getting something about like put on your war face, like go out to the battlefront. And I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a metaphor for something. So I don't know if some sort of information that you have become privy to is is motivating you to go towards a love interest or potentially choose a love interest. I mean, Wands can certainly be passion. If it's not career, if it's not spirituality, it could be a different spiritual path, as we were saying. But yeah, it can also be kind of like a lusty energy, right? I mean, the Ace of Wands is sometimes the boner card, right? So I don't know if maybe you found out someone liked you or vice versa, someone you were into. Maybe you found out that, I don't know, the look on this Page of Swords face, it doesn't look like all like flirty and happy and wonderful. So I'm wondering if you found out a piece of information that led you to a crossroads of, oh, I thought we were going in this direction, but it appears we're not. That's sort of what I'm getting from this. Let's go ahead and look at your person before we get too much deeper into that. Wow, so your person is coming off as 10 of Pentacles. I love that. All right, let's clarify it with one of these. So Scorpio's person, you could potentially be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is a Virgo card. So your person may be really involved in their career and their finances right now. They could be spending lots of time with their family, potentially. And I'm wondering if this is actually the same person. This could be someone new coming in. We'll see what we get for clarifiers here. It could be someone much older than you. Okay, so card of the Hanged Man, so Piscean energy. It's a Neptune card, so yeah, someone who's dreaming about their future, but they're not stepping in to necessarily build that future with you yet. Something in their life has been put on delay, and so they're not able to move forward, I think, the way they would like to. I'm going to throw one more of these on it. What else about Scorpio's person? I do feel like for a lot of you, this is an earth sign, earth being kind of like the slowest moving element. There's something about, they're definitely thinking long term, well into the future. I like that. They're probably, you know, money savvy or money wise, however you want to say it. But I don't know how much action they're taking on it. I'm going to get one more clarifier. We'll see. What else do we need to know? Yeah, so they're coming up as the Four of Wands in reverse. This card is kind of risque. I don't know if I can show all of it to you, but you get the general idea. You get a lot of the idea there, Scorpio. If that's not a Scorpio card, I don't know what is. I'm just kidding. You guys are just so sexy. But no, Four of Wands is another fire sign, specifically Aries. But it's coming up in reverse. So Four of Wands is sometimes like the 11-11 soulmate card. And so maybe that is saying into the future, sure, there's a lot of potential to lead a rich and fulfilling life with them. If it's not talking about literal money, it could be talking about like the richness, the abundance of their life. So maybe they're just in game plan mode. And I mean, Wands being action, this card showed up in reverse. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's holding them back. Maybe they're truly thinking about, who is my soulmate? Who is this person that I do potentially want to build, you know, the rest of my life with? This card always talks about like legacy throughout the years, loyalty with the dogs, long term. It's generational with Ten of Pentacles. But I mean, it is a thriving, growing, abundant life, right? It's the seeds to the acorn, or, you know, the seed to the flower, things that are blossoming and blooming. Doesn't happen overnight. So, I mean, it's good that this person is taking it seriously and thinking about it. And I mean, this is Haunted House Tarot, but I take the image or the depiction to mean that this person risks the idea of waiting too long, where it's like the idea, metaphorically, it's starting to shrivel. It's like skin and bone. So yeah, there's something about wasting away because they're not taking action on it. Let's see what's between you guys. The Queen of Pentacles, all right, card of Capricorn. I do like that. It's motherly energy. It's very nurturing, kind of head of the household, right in alignment with this Ten of Pentacles. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles has this as part of her kingdom. So, I mean, if nothing else, what's between you is strong. There's huge potential for growth here. And the way she holds that on her lap, it always kind of looks like a little baby to me. So whether that means potentially like looking into starting a family or even starting a business together, right? I mean, there's money, there's wealth here with the Queen of Pentacles. Why is the Queen of Pentacles showing up between Scorpio and their potential person? Clarify Queen of Pentacles. Why is Queen of Pentacles showing up here? Sorry, Scorpio, my camera freezes. So what's clarifying Queen of Pentacles just popped out as the Magician. So Gemini and Virgo energy. Somebody who has all the tools in their tool shed, essentially, to manifest, to create the future of their dreams, whatever it is they desire. Yeah, it's a card of creation. And manifestation, and something about this has to do with the one, like the single, like independence. It's almost like who you want to mix your tools with, as cheesy as that sounds, who you want to like create magic with, who you want to create a future with. And who you're choosing to welcome into your life. Again, who you're choosing to like plant those seeds with long term. It's like you guys are growing a garden and you know that by making this commitment, it's like long term, you're going to be essentially partners in developing these seeds down the road. So for some of you, this may be a business or a career spread. I mean, I'm reading it for love, but certainly take it as it resonates. So I don't know. I'm wondering if these cards coming up for you, being enlightened to some sort of idea. Now, granted, it's like a page of an idea. So it's young, it's youthful, it's early in the development of the process of gaining the most knowledge and insight into the situation. I do think it's like it has to do with who you want to break bread with, for better or worse. For all of you, it's not going to be, you know, I thought we were getting married and now we're not. Especially with your person's card. I mean, they're really not bad cards. But yeah, something about this, I don't know, there's pause or hesitation on how to proceed forward, with which essentially is mirrored by this Two of Wands. It's this way or that way. Do we or don't we? For some of you, this may have been some sort of announcement at a party that put heavy pressure on the two of you to like put a title on it, to put a ring on it. Maybe, you know, your cousin who's 10 years younger than you got engaged, and now your family's looking to you like, Scorpio, when are you gonna? It could be something silly like that, like it was a party or a social gathering meant to incite like joy and happiness, but it actually kind of put you and your person at a crossroads where you're like, oh crap, like now we really have to think this through. Some sort of idea that comes into focus when you are in a group setting. And yeah, it's a decision essentially with the two. It's some sort of decision you want to take on the action forward. And because what's between you is the nurturer, the mother, Queen of Pentacles energy. And this magician is shown as like someone greeting you at the door. It's like, who do you want to manifest with? Who do you want to build with? There's something about you both need to have something to bring to the table. I mean, classic like little one-liner for the magician is he has all the tools on his table. This is like, I have my tools all set and ready to go. Does my person? And maybe that is a reflection of them in this mode of hanged man. Am I ready to transform my life, right? Because after this comes your card, Scorpio, number 13, the death card. It's like, this is what this person wants to transform their life into, but they're having pause. There's a reason why they haven't like fully embraced the change and welcomed it, essentially, right? Sometimes with the hangman, there's the idea of something needs to be sacrificed. And I don't mean that in like the voodoo like sense or something. I mean it more in the sense of, this is the current story I'm writing, and in order to get to the next chapter, there's certain things that I have to omit now. There's certain things I have to release because they're not serving me. Essentially, they're stopping me up on my journey to transform my life into my end-all be-all, right? I mean, that's essentially what this is. This doesn't happen overnight. You know, brick by brick, seed by seed, we you know, build our legacy. We build our future, essentially, with our husband, with our wife, with our children, our grandchildren, whatever that is. And so if Four of Wands is coming up in reverse for them, are they uncertain who their soulmate is? The other, I think this is coming up more though, more so than what I just said about the soulmate. I think it's more they're questioning if they have a steady enough foundation to build with you, Scorpio. That's what it is. You know how I was saying, I have my tools set and ready to bring to the table. Your person, I think, is feeling less than. I think they want to appear as like the $1 million man or woman to you. It's like they want to come in with the engagement ring and the house, and it's like they want their ducks in a row. And it doesn't have to be material goods, but with this, that is sort of on their mind. I have to be honest. There is an element of yeah, like tangible material possessions with this card, the house, you know, the home, the car, the whatever. I think your person with Four of Wands sometimes being the stable foundation. We think of the four corners of a house. 4 in tarot is very solid. It's very steady. It's a nice even number. We like it. But with the fours, it's almost like to progress forward into the cycle of life, if you will, there needs to be some element of release. And that's sort of where I'm getting at, is the sacrifice of what can be let go in order to gain more. To you know, clean out our closet metaphorically and get rid of crap we don't need so that we make room for more, so that, you know, your boyfriend or girlfriend can move in and there's space for them, right? So not only is your person going through that in tangible material goods, do I have enough money to do this? Do I have enough whatever? I think they're also doing like they're taking stock internally of what they're ready to do. And it may even have to do with a feeling of being stable, a feeling of being stable enough to invest in this partnership in the best way that they can. I think they're feeling self-conscious is my roundabout way of saying that. I'm just, yeah, they're sensing their own capabilities, or something about it. They feel shaky. They feel insecure or nervous about committing to you, about delivering that offer to your lap. It's almost like Scorpio, they want to woo you and come in very, very strong. They want to hit a home run with you, but it's almost like they're worried when they deliver this offer into your lap, whether that's an engagement ring or even a, hey, let's date, let's be official, whatever that, you know, symbolizes to you, something tangible that they want to give you, essentially. they know it's like, metaphorically, Scorpio, they see you as like very intimidating. Like you have a castle. You have all the tools. You have all the bells and whistles. You have the sex appeal. You have this, you have that. They feel less than. They feel like their offer, it's not going to hit a home run for you. And so maybe that's why there's this delay. It's like they want to come in when money is better. They want to come in when they have a better job. They want to come in when, I don't know, they've resolved baggage with their family or with their ex or whatever it is. Something about like, I think it's like, this actually makes sense. They want to close out some sort of cycle on their own before they come in to join a cycle with you, Scorpio. And again, as we were saying, after the Hangman card comes the Death card, your card, which symbolically, it's like after this comes you, Scorpio, in this person's life. Death obviously is all about closing out old cycles. Again, releasing things that don't serve us so that we can grow something new, so we can welcome major, major heavy changes into our life. You are this major heavy change that they're trying to welcome in. But yeah, again, they're questioning their own stability. They're questioning if they're ready for it. I think they can visualize it. They can visualize a future with you. But yeah, it's almost like the physical evidence of them being ready, it's almost not there yet. And that's why they're kind of in this mode. But I always look at the depiction of the skeleton as like, this person has been on hold, on pause way too long. Like it's past the expiration date. You know how they always say, if you wait to have enough money to have kids, you'll never have kids? That's sort of what I'm getting here. You know, if they wait to come in with this $1 million offer to you, Scorpio, it's never going to happen. It's almost like this person needs to step into the reality of the way their life is now and embrace it, right? Rather than focusing on the past or focusing on the future, it's like, live in the moment. Do you love Scorpio? Well, if so, then make that offer. Come in. I think they're intimidated by you. As I said, they want to stick the landing, and there's something about it that they're not certain about it. And maybe it's because you're giving off some sort of vibe of uncertainty. I am sort of getting that with you as well, Scorpio, and feel free to swap the roles around. And I think your uncertainty has to do with, are they going to choose me? Do they even want to go down this path with me? Because it's like, the feelings are there. When we're together, we have a great time, and all our friends say, oh, you guys make such a great couple or whatever. But again, then there's this. So I think this is you like, what am I not understanding here? Like, we've been together for, at least a year, maybe whatever it is. You're like, I thought we were on the same page. It feels like we're on the same page. And yet, why aren't you coming forward? I think that's what's going on here. All right, so let's see what is in your advice or guidance. This looks like Jeff Bridges, doesn't it? I don't know why I had to say that. Maybe you're dealing with someone named Jeff. He looks like the dude if the dude got all like cleaned up and trimmed his beard and put on a tux, right? Or is that just me? Maybe I'm just being a weirdo. Big Lebowski. All right, your guidance, Scorpio. Victory, I like seeing that. Okay, forward movement and progression. So granted, this isn't a knight card, but I always take it to mean there's forward movement because there's been some sort of success. We think of before, this is the Six of Wands. It's a card of Leo, could also be Aries or Sagittarius. Before this comes the Five of Wands, which is all about conflict, chaos, competition, even internal conflict, which more or less both of you are going through in different capacities. Somebody breaks through, somebody pushes through that wall, somebody gets invited in, right? Essentially, it's like, welcome to the castle. Here are the keys to my castle. Welcome in. Like, I think there is some sort of victory in I don't know, with this wreath, some sort of declaration of harmony, of peace, or of celebration between you. What also came, oh, you guys, what also came out is the King of Pentacles. You got a divine pairing on the board. So Scorpio, a lot of you might be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This specifically is a card of Taurus. There's illumination here though, which I love. So what was once shadowy and uncertain for your person, again, potentially a Pisces, it doesn't have to be, they're too in their head about it. They're too in this dreamy, romantic idea of, it could be so great if only I had a better job. It could be so great if it's sort of material. Again, I don't mean to throw shade or offend anyone. They're looking at making this offer to you in a very like materialistic kind of way. Rather than like, this is silly, but I feel like there's some movie where it's like somebody ties a twisty tie that you put on the end of bread on someone's finger to propose to them, and that means the world to them. Like, it's what it stands for. It's the symbolism of I want to be with you versus, I spent, however many $1,000 on this ring I'm going to put on you. They're worried that I think you're going to perceive their offer as less than, but Scorpio, your cards don't really indicate that materialism is at the, you know, the peak of your focus right now. You're more worried about, I thought this was my person and now they're making me second guess it. So yeah, it's like once this person gets out of their head and realizes like you guys work together, this is like a really beautiful pairing. There's illumination, it's bright yellow. Whatever shadow and confusion this person is living in, again, they're headed towards you, Scorpio. They're headed towards your card, literally. You know, 12 to 13, death, transformation. We're literally headed into Scorpio season, right? In a few weeks. There's great potential here. Your advice or guidance is almost like keep riding through. There is a victory in the future. I think you're going to have to wait for this person to get a little bit solid. And there is something about this where with you know, again, no shade, with Taurus energy here, if there is a stubbornness, it's something that I don't think you can necessarily force or budge. You kind of have to let this butterfly emerge from the cocoon when it's ready. And again, all that symbolism of the death card, which is right up ahead, up around the bend, like that Creedence Clearwater song. I love that song. We're coming up around the bend. Yeah, you are. You guys are. It's coming up. But yeah, it's going to require patience, as always, when we see the Hangman card come up. And I think your person is going to have to sacrifice some of their ideas, their idealization of how to come forward or how to move forward with you. And if it doesn't have to do with them feeling a lack of material possessions or a lack of, for better ways to like peacock and impress you, if it's not that, they're worried about building a future with you that is solid and stable. And it's not, I don't necessarily think it's for lack of feeling. Again, it's potentially worries about money, worries about the future. But yeah, this card is sexy as you know what. Like, if this is at all representing the sexual chemistry between you guys, like, that's pretty hot. Like, I'm into it. This sounds weird. This just got weird. But you have a divine pairing on the board. Let this person transform in their own time. And with this, rather than maybe like spying or trying to understand the details individually, one, solo, as I was saying, maybe have a conversation. You really don't have a lot of communication going on in this spread, and I actually think that's what's needed, and maybe that's why this is coming up in your advice or guidance. It's like, once you have the conversation of where you guys are at, then there's forward movement, there's a victory, there's progression and understanding, like, hey, like, this is a really solid relationship. I would love to build with you. I would love to grow with you. Like, let's plant this garden together, as cheesy as that sounds, right? All right, let's take one more card. Oh, bottom of your deck is 10 of Cups. I'm gonna leave it there, Scorpio. I mean, you have such great cards. Such great cards. You also have the Magician, manifesting magic, creation of your future. Bottom of your deck is the fairy tale ending. Oh, and there's that death card. So this is a darker depiction, obviously. This is the Haunted House Tarot. But the fact that we're doing a Scorpio reading almost in Scorpio season, beautiful. I love this card. It's like something comes into focus. Again, what was shadowy and unknown or uncertain, it comes right into focus. Potentially in Scorpio season, so maybe wait a few weeks, or it's up to you. I would get this conversation up and off the ground. Get back on the horse, metaphorically, as they say, because yeah, I think there was a little maybe confusion or again intimidation about building together or coming forward, worrying about being rejected even. But bottom of your deck is the fairy tale ending, the 10 of Cups. How amazing it's going to feel when you do build that future together, right? All right, Scorpio, that's what I got for you. Amazing. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you got one of those in your life, I like it. I like it a lot. Please do like, share, subscribe, Scorpio. Please let me know in the comments below what resonated for you. And as always, thank you for joining me and tuning in today. Got so much love from my Scorpio gang. I will see you guys soon for more tarot readings. Bye.